Hello, welcome to Sunday Sound. Hello, how's it going? My name's Adam and this is my review. Well, it's not really a review, I'm more of just a discussion on the band Acid Witch. Acid Witch are a heavy metal, horror inspired 80s soundtrack type B-movie band. Hailing from Motor City, Detroit, home to America's best, such as like Iggy Pop, MC5, Alice Cooper, not to mention it's fantastic, Motown Records, Parliament, Eminem, White Stripes, goes on and on. Anyway, I digress. Acid Witch, they formed in 2007. They have 3 studio albums, Witchtanic Hallucinations, Stoned and Evil Sound Screamers. I first discovered this band scrolling through Bandcamp.
Oh, and this one time at Bandcamp?
Searching under the hashtag of Doom. And I just liked the artwork on some of their pictures, some of their albums. And when I first took a listen to it, I was very surprised on what I heard, because they do have Doom elements, but they have a very different quality about them, which is what stood out to me. The keyboard element in this band is what drew me to it as well, sounding something like out of Tales from the Crypt. It's very, very 80s horror movie, B-movie inspired, with its sort of John Carpenter synthy type style. They have samples such as like bubbling cauldrons, blood-curdling screams and maniacal cackles interwoven into the music, which makes it cool. The band have a really good ear for melody and with some fantastic guitar riffs. The lyrics usually focus on Halloween and occult stuff. The vocals range from guttural growls to creepy old witch lady.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
Some of my favourite tracks include Thundering Hooves off the second album Stoned, with its headbangingly good riff and B-movie samples. Witchtanic Hallucinations off the album of the same name has a really doomy guitar sound and awesome keyboard breakdown with its horns in the air chant of Witchtanic Hallucinations, funnily enough. The guitar also sounds evil as fuck. October 31st is a Halloween homage with John Carpenter influence. Probably my favourite album by them so far is their third album, Evil Sound Screamers. It was released on October 31st, 2017. I'd say this album probably sums the band up. It's a bit more sample heavy in this album, which I love. I love the samples because I used to do this myself. This is like aging me now, but when I was a kid, I used to do mixtapes, and I'd always put samples in there, sort of record something, and then the music would kick in. I just thought it adds a little bit more gravitas to the sounds when you put a little bit of sample in it. I just love it. That's why I always loved like Rob Zombie, White Zombie type of stuff too. The vocals are a little bit less guttural on this particular album. Certain tracks. Some tracks are more akin to like a King Diamond type vocal with fucking high registered. Creepiness going on. I think it really suits the songs as well. I think the production seems a little bit better on this third album, Evil Sound Screamers, also. I Hate Halloween is a standout track for me, with its playful 80s horror movie keyboard, before kicking in with like a fucking awesome riff. I basically love everything about this band. The vocalist Slasher Dave also does some awesome solo synth types music under the name Slasher Dave, so that's worth checking out if you haven't already. Very sort of John Carpentry more, you know, 80s horror movie type stuff, but just solo keyboardy stuff. Yeah, I'm also wearing an appropriate t-shirt, which is good for this video. So there you go. So me again, please subscribe to my channel. It has movies and music, nothing else. That's all it has, because that's all I'm interested in. I'm also interested in comics, so I might do comics at some point, but probably won't, because my knowledge in comics isn't that in depth. I used to read a lot of Spider-Man comics when I was a kid, a bit of X-Men, a bit of Incredible Hulk. That's probably about it really. So my comic knowledge isn't really that vast, but I do watch a lot of movies and I do listen to a lot of music, and if you do too, then maybe you'll like some of the content that I've got to offer. So please like and subscribe, and let's be friends.